So we're thinking about some guys that could have big bounce-back years. And the guy that comes to mind, first and foremost, Jack Eichel, right? Out in Vegas. A fully healthy Jack Eichel, what kind of bounce-back do you potentially envision for him?
Oh, I think he's going to go off this year. Being healthy after the neck surgery. He came back for some games last year and probably doesn't feel 100% confident in how he can play in the rough physical nature of the NHL. So having that under his belt is going to be huge. The players that he's playing with there, Mark Stone, a healthy Mark Stone, Marchessault, you got Wild Bill Karlsson, all these guys feeding him pucks. He's going to be in that 30-goal range, I believe. He's going to be in the 60, 70, 80 points just because he's going to get lots of ice time. He's going to be out there every power play. This guy's going to go off, like I said.
How important is a full training camp for a guy? I mean, he changes scenery, and then all of a sudden, he's thrown right into the fire after a big surgery, new teammates, new city, new organization. How big is maybe just some normalcy with a routine NHL summer?
It's huge. Probably got a place halfway through the season last year, kind of getting comfortable with his teammates, comfortable with the city, what to do, what not to do, not where to go out in that city. So it's probably a lot of overwhelming for him last year. And yeah, having a huge surgery like that, it takes some time to get back from that. So yeah, having a full summer of working out, skating, being there with the boys, having some excitement back for this season. A little disappointing ending to the year, not getting into the playoffs. So they got a lot to play for there in Vegas to get back where they were.
All right, how about the Toronto Maple Leafs? Maybe putting all their eggs in the basket of Matt Murray. Matt Murray, we remember he's a two-time Stanley Cup champion as a rookie in Pittsburgh and then goes to Ottawa and things don't quite work out the way he had hoped or the Sens had hoped. What do you think about Matt Murray bouncing back in a big way in Toronto? It feels like the Leafs really need him to have a bounce back.
Well, yeah, to go in Pittsburgh, look who he's playing with. Sidney Crosby, you got Chris Letang back there. Your backup is Marc-Andre Fleury, so there's really nothing to lose. He goes to Ottawa with two seasons, and there's his stats there. I think it was last year, 5 wins, 12 losses, 2 ties. Not the best stats, goals against average. So the exact opposite of what he was in Pittsburgh. And then maybe Pittsburgh did know something that we didn't know, but, Toronto has the team almost like Pittsburgh has. Can score some goals. He's got to make those timely saves. So maybe a little bounce back of the same team in Pittsburgh a few years ago. So hopefully, that'll give him some confidence to make those big stops in some key times. And you're not going far in the playoffs if you don't have a solid goalkeeper. He's been there, done it, so hopefully he can get it back.
What about playing in that market? With those expectations and the pressure that comes with, all right, now he's the guy, and we know this team and their struggles in the first round. How do you see this playing out in Toronto?
Well, they haven't been very easy on the goaltenders in the papers the last couple of years.
Jack Campbell was really good for them last year.
I know, and a couple bad games, and they're already cast him off, and obviously signing with Edmonton. But it's going to be 2 new guys going in there, so maybe they can share the burden, share the net a little bit, find that kind of that 1A, 1B, get in a little bit of a tandem, and maybe they're looking at that might be a good thing for the Toronto Maple Leafs instead of having one guy and all the pressure on one guy. So who knows how this will play out. You just got to get in your shape, find your little niche there, meet your 2 new teammates as well. So there's a lot of stuff goes into it. You just don't think, just go stop the puck. There's a lot of things that go into a new city. Toronto's a big city, obviously, compared to Ottawa and Pittsburgh. So big changes.
Yeah.
Huge.
See how it plays out this year for the Leafs. Not quite the pressure market Toronto is like Arizona, but Jacob Chychrun, he has been in the news the last couple of years as far as this guy. Everybody wanted him at the trade deadline. There's not a lot of guys like him on the back end at that age with that term. Still, he's an Arizona Coyote, at least to start this season. What do you think, after maybe a down season by his standards, what kind of bounce back do you think Chychrun could have?
I think every elite, maybe not elite players have some down years, right? It's just part of human nature. You can't be great for 82 games in a row. You're going to have some down years, and him scoring 18 goals 2 years ago to getting 7 last year, it's a big drop-off, obviously, but you have to believe that this guy's going to come into camp with a chip on his shoulder. I'm going to shoot that puck. I'm going to find ways to be better, not only defensively but offensively, get up into play a little bit more, not cheat all the time. So he's got the mind of a great hockey player, of an elite defenseman, and I think he's still wanted. I think people are probably still trying to get that call to get him on their team, but for him, he's just got to worry about his business and all that stuff around you and the media talking about, where are you going? This team wants you, blah, blah, blah. He's got to cancel out all that noise and just worry about what Jacob does best.
All right, you talked about it earlier when we were talking about Couturier. How about the Flyers, how about their goaltender, Carter Hart? Came on the scene with so much hype and expectations, and he was really good to start. And then the numbers kind of fell off. How much of that is a reflection of how the team played in front of him?
Yeah, a very big reason why he's been a little bit off stats-wise and why the Flyers have been kind of near the basement in all aspects of the game. You know, the power play, they were dead last year, like 11% or something. You know, Carter Hart's GAA, you know, well in almost 2 years ago, and the years prior to that, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He was what made them go almost to the conference finals during the bubble playoffs. So Tortorella is going to have a system where you have to block shots, you have to clear it in front of the net, you have to play defense, and that's only going to help Carter Hart and his numbers, and those are going to drop off way below 3, I believe, and if he has a stellar year himself personally, he's going to win them, steal them a lot of games, and the Flyers could make maybe a run for a playoff spot, but be a lot more competitive in the last couple of years.
All right, I know you're an American citizen. I don't know if you are a proud card-carrying member of the goalie union, but I will ask, did you see anything the last 2 years that maybe changed from when he really came onto the scene? I know you work with the regional broadcast down there for the Flyers and most of their games. Did you notice anything in his game that you felt like, well, that's just, or is it a reflection of, again, the team in front of him?
You know, I'm not trying to call him out, but, you know, I think maybe his work ethic on being, sometimes the first couple years, he was never out of a save. He's always diving over, and I think this last couple years, you get a little disheartened where your team is, you know, kind of the play in front of you, you know, it's a backdoor tap in, it would just go in, right, where he was always fighting for those pucks. So I would love to see him right there, a good example. You got to get over there, you got to know where that puck is, and try and never be out of a save. That's what you want in your goaltender, and believe me, if you're not blocking a shot this year as a forward or defense, John Tortorella will point you out in video, and it's going to be very embarrassing for you, and you're not going to want to do it again to let your teammates down, let your goaltender down. So it's going to be a hard-fighting Philadelphia Flyers team.
All right, how about Dougie Hamilton of the New Jersey Devils? You look at the blue line for the Devils, and man, they're young, they're talented, and they're only getting better. This was a guy who was having a good season, then he broke his jaw, so missed a ton of time, and not quite putting up Dougie Hamilton numbers that we've come to expect. What about a fully healthy Dougie Hamilton, with now the Devils maybe taking another step in the right direction?
Yeah, he does have it all, right? He's got the big shot, he's got the bomb, the one-timer, he loves getting up the ice, he uses his wheels really well. And it's just probably a product of being in Carolina, where you have all the speed, all the skill, great defensemen covering up. In New Jersey, it might not have been as high in talent, but they are younger, they are getting better. So I'm excited to see this guy. He's especially 3-on-3. I've watched a couple overtime games against the Flyers and other games as well. He's up the ice, he's back defensively when he's leading the rush, and definitely can do some damage in overtime.